If you're curious about the Get Up, the Atom patch just came out, which added that new Sullivan Slope level. So I was kind of just cosplaying as that. If you're anything like me, you love tactical first-person shooters. Games like Ground Branch, Insurgency, Escape from Tarkov, fucking Squad, Hell Let Loose, and Rainbow Six Siege. Just kidding, that game sucks. But there's one game that has stood out to me in this regard, and that game is Ready or Not. Ready or Not is a game that is being developed by Void Interactive and started development in 2016 and reveal trailer on May 3rd, 2017. And man, let me tell you, that reveal trailer, it got me. It got me good.
911 emergency.
And on December 17th, Void Interactive released Ready or Not, and they lived happily ever after. Except they didn't, because 3 days later, Team 17, their publisher, dropped them because Void Interactive said they were going to include a school shooting level in their game. That's yikers. But Ready or Not moved on, and oh no. Besides the bumpy start, Ready or Not went on to have moderate success with a dedicated fan base, and everyone calling it the spiritual successor to SWAT 4. Well, yes, this is true. I still feel like Ready or Not is not ready.
Hey, that really sucked!
Now hold up. Wait. Before you fucking dislike me to the shadow realm and fucking completely disregard everything I have to say, just stay with me. Actually, let me just pull this out real quick. Yeah. Before we get into it, I just want to say this is not me shitting on Ready or Not. This game has a really good foundation, and really, other than Ground Branch and 0 Hour, no other game is really doing this. The best way I can get my point across is we gotta go back to the past, specifically 2005. A game called SWAT 4, oh my god, it's like from before. SWAT 4 was developed by Irrational Games and released on April 5th, 2005. Upon release, SWAT 4 received generally favorable reviews, scoring an 85 out of 100 by critics and an 8.6 out of 10 by users. Also, crazy gamer fact, did you know that the people that made SWAT 4 are also the same people that made BioShock, because Irrational Games used to call themselves 2K Boston back in 2007, 2009, because they got acquired by Take-Two Interactive under the 2K publishing arm? Wow, crazy. Also, did you know that SWAT 4 is part of the Police Quest series?
Wait till you meet Garcia's mamacita. Now that's one tough bitch.
There are things SWAT 4 does that Ready or Not doesn't do or execute as well as SWAT 4 yet. I'm still going to talk about these things because I feel like they matter, and I feel like they will really help push this game to reach its true potential. Yeah, SWAT 4 looks like dog water compared to Ready or Not.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
It might not have the most fluid of gameplay, but one of the things they nailed is the music. Music is a great way to set the tone for a moment or scene that a piece of media is trying to convey to you. A good example, I think, is the Food Wall restaurant in SWAT 4, where it's got this nice, catchy jazz music when you're sneaking around. And when shit inevitably hits the fan, it switches to this fast-paced, drum-filled track that really heightens the tension of the scene. And Ready or Not does this, but it feels less impactful, and the tracks are less memorable than SWAT 4. Each level in SWAT 4 has its own unique music that really helps set the mood. Good examples are the Diamond Heist, the Convenience Store, and the Children of Tyrone mission. But the one that stands out the most that a lot of people know is the Fairfax residence. There's a reason this mission is so memorable. Before you go in, you're told that this is a suspected serial killer's house. Guy by the name of Lawrence Fairfax, you heard of him? I don't know. Fucking ogre-looking ass. He's been implicated in a number of very gruesome murders. Also, real quick, why aren't briefings in Ready or Not yet? Like, why? I know Void Daddy, he says it's coming. He said it's coming, but just like, I feel like this is a core thing for the game. You need to have briefings to really set the tone, to really explain to players why they are doing the things they are doing in the missions. I don't understand why it's not in the game yet. I feel like it's one of the core features, and I feel like I'm losing my mind every time I play this game like it's not. Can we please get mission briefings and map layouts? Please. Void Daddy, please give me maps. Anyway, side rants over. As soon as you enter the house, it immediately sets the tone. This eerie music starts to play, and it really makes you feel like this is not a place you want to be. This is very spooky bad, not good. It really drives home the fact that this is the house of a serial killer. And as you venture deeper into the house, you come across a lot of disturbing things. It builds up what you're getting to, and you know exactly what's coming. You know exactly what's coming. You find the fucking creepy paper mache head and the paper mache doll, whatever the hell that thing is. Look at it. It's fucking gross. Also, a similar thing happens in the Children of Tyrone mission, where you go into the basement and you find the graves. Now, Ready or Not does this with its child pedo mission stuff. You know what I'm talking. Those missions, they're really. These levels are the Brigsby Talent Time, the Mind Jolt mission, and the Vol Health House. And these missions made me feel really uncomfortable. It really put me on edge. It really drove home this thing that they're trying to show you, and it was really good. And they have moments where they use music to make you really distressed and uncomfortable, and it's really good when it happens. It just doesn't happen enough. Like the room you find with the Eura star and all those pictures of all those kids. It's just fucking like, God, man, like what the fuck? And the basement in the Vol Health House, and I don't think I can show it, and I don't want to show it because I also don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it yet, because it's a really fucking crazy ass. Whoa. There are some instances where a scene should really shock you and really drive home the fact that like these really bad things do happen. But a lot of the time, it's just awkward silence. If you're anything like me, playing this game with randoms online is, it's not fun.
I think a chicken breast.
Holy shit, stack up, boys, stack up.
What the?
Moving
What
right.
is going on?
Moving right.
What is happening?
If one person falls, we all fall.
You'll have teammates just run off and not communicate with you. You'll have teammates troll you. It's just a mess sometimes. It's really hard to get a 5-man coherent team in this game unless you're a hardcore avid on the fucking Discord server, which I'm not because I'm an antisocial little bitch. But what ruins the single player in Ready or Not is your AI team. In my case, I got the fucking 4 Prescott brothers. I don't know what's that about. But contrast that with SWAT 4. You have Reynolds, Gerard, Fields, and Jackson.
I don't think I quite heard you, Fields. What did you say?
Nothing, sir.
Fields here has a big mouth, but you'll be glad he's around when you're knee-high in brass.
They each have their own unique voices. They'll call out to you. They kind of bullshit during missions, and they'll just have things to say that really help immerse the player in this experience.
Sweet. Donuts. Nobody told me there'd be donuts. How can you eat that trash, man? That crap will slow you down in the field.
At least there's more to his diet than just meat.
Don't knock it till you tried it, bro.
When you send them into a room, they'll communicate with each other saying that they're moving up, they spot a fleeing suspect, and they'll call for you when the room is all clear.
Hell yeah. I'm on it.
Move it. Go, go, go.
Continuing on. Clear.
Jackson, it's clear.
Behind me.
Roger, moving to you. On your 6. I don't feel good about this, not one bit.
It gives everything a bit more life and gives the player a more immersive experience. Another thing, when your team in SWAT 4 is moving with you, they move a bit more tactically. They'll properly clear a stairway, they'll sweep their sectors. Whenever they're moving through a room, they'll look through windows and they'll look around. One's covering your 6 at all times. In Ready or Not, your SWAT team will just follow you around like your fucking mother goose. Like, they won't say a damn thing other than they spot somebody, or when they clear a room, they'll
Stupid fucking game.
It adds nothing to the atmosphere. In SWAT 4, your teammates will comment on things, they'll talk about what's happening around them.
This is Sierra 1. Element spotted.
Nice bench. This new must be a real tough guy.
For example, in the Children of Tyrone mission, when you find the graves, your team will stop and just be like, oh my god, like, they're just children, like, these, holy shit.
For you're all clear.
Talk, we found a graveyard in the basement. Looks like it's their children.
Copy that. Entry team notifying the morgue.
Mother of God. Those graves. They're just children.
In the St. Michael's Hospital mission, when you first walk into the waiting room, you see a TV broadcasting the news, and the news anchor will just talk about watching the SWAT team enter the hospital.
Notifying EMTs.
Thank you, Terry. We're reporting live just a few blocks from St. Michael's Medical Center, where apparently terrorists have invaded the ER wing. I've just been told by our News 9 helicopter that SWAT has just entered the building to put an end to the situation.
Talk. The TVs are on in here and the damn reporters just gave away our entry. Get them off the air.
Armed gunmen stormed
Consider
into
it
the
done,
hospital
entry team.
sometime after
Cutting the cable
11:30
connection.
p.m.
And it's so cool to see these moments happen. It adds immersion, it adds depth, it adds something to the story, whether it be just a small story that the game is trying to tell. It's moments like these that add a little bit of extra depth to the game, and Ready or Not does this. Kinda. As you move through these levels, you can tell that there's a story. The NPCs will say things that add a little bit of context, but that's about it. With the amount of detail in Ready or Not, I'm surprised they haven't added this. Yet. I can't state enough the amount of details in these levels. Whoever made these levels, guy, girl, I will fucking suck you. These levels need to be commended. Nay, they need to be fucking screamed from a mountaintop. These levels in Ready or Not have so much minute detail, it's fascinating. I'll just find myself just stopping and looking around at everything in the level because it tells a story. It's so cool. The amount of detail in these levels cannot be understated. Please trust me when I say this. The premise of a lot of these levels is really interesting. It's just lacking that little bit of storytelling that could really push this game to a new height. Other things I'd personally like to see is a server browser. I don't know why there isn't a server browser personally. More character customization, kind of like what they do in Ground Branch with modular. You can restrict it, but just give us a little bit of extra, you know, a little bit of touch. AI interaction with your teammates in the headquarters would be cool. Like, you have this office space, use it. Like, when you're playing single player, put your AI SWAT team in this office at the computers working on stuff. Fucking, they're down at the range practicing, or they're cleaning the weapons, something. You know, I give them a little bit more. And can we get more unique character models? Like, we have, like, what is it, 7, 5 if you're not part of the early access.
Shame.
All in all, I think the best way to put it is think of SWAT 4 as an old rusty Ford pickup. It's a bit worn. It's the steering alignment's a little out. You know, it's a little rough around the edges, but everything just kind of works for some reason. You know, the heating works in the winter and the radio gets all the channels. It may not be pretty and, you know, it's a little bumpy when you're driving down the road, but it just works. Now, Ready or Not is your newer Ford pickup with its sleek exterior and crisp paint job that could use a little bit of work. The sound of the truck is just eargasmic. But the radio doesn't get all the channels. How the hell am I supposed to listen to American Top 40 with Ryan Seacrest? And as you sit in your new truck, you realize that you're still in the mechanic's garage waiting for it to be finished.
When I say hey, just whip to me. I'll
Yeah.
whip to you.
Alright.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Hey! This is so dumb.